You think it's right?
Hello there.
Hey, what's going
It is
on?
I. It is I that is he.
He.
Welcome
Yes,
everyone
Lord
to Gallows and Gold, episode 10.
Pronouns, my D&D.
Lord Frieza.
Hey.
Frieza, 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 Frieza. I was going back to check to see if this was episode 8 or 9, or episode 9 or not. And our first actual episode 8 was the Frieza episode. It's so good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What is that? What is that, chat? Fine. With myself. Foolish monkey.
Ah, yes.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of Gallows and Gold, episode 10. Brought to you in 4K HD.
Hello, Mario.
Okay, so who's gonna do the recap then? Everybody's just standing there awkwardly. Like, who's doing it?
Come on, Trey.
Trey, you back from taking a shit?
We saw you on mute there, buddy.
Are you talking?
Sounds like you're muted. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Kraig,
Nah. This is my time.
it might be your time.
Oh, good lord.
Come on, Buttles.
Fine. The recap. Brother, I need some oats. Sorry, just getting into character. During the previous episodes of Gallows and Gold, the team that I would be now newly added to were doing some preparations as well as being updated on the new mission of heading out to Pride Lake and boating their way in, which after they were properly resupplied and such, I was then promptly introduced, and a duel was enacted in order to show my prowess, to which I must admit Talikar bested me. Sad showing, but it is. Afterwards, there was some small getting to know each other's, followed by a bit of a trip around the city. Teotl and Dagda went out to the Advanti Quarter, where Dagda showed off his rather impressive dancing skills, and Teotl attempted to reinvigorate the people. A bit of a call to hope that sadly seemed to fall upon many deaf ear, but life did seem to stir within them. Following that, the rest of the group went off to a, well, dirtier part of town. Slave markets, where they have now begun investigating a samurai for purchase and a large griffin. Rather astute fellow, it seems, to whom is now owned by the leader of the SETC. And that, I believe, is where we left off. You back, Trey?
Yeah, I am.
Hooray. Well, I did your job for you.
Alright, how do you guys want to do this?
Starting off with us at the market.
Alright, let's do it.
Is there any music playing?
I'm literally
He's working on it.
doing it now.
I apologize.
I'm impatient.
There it is. We're gonna, before leaving the market with the griffin, is there anywhere that sells like invertebrates or creatures that pretty much I'm looking for poisons, like unique poisons that they could potentially have in the market. Is there anywhere that sells it while we're in the little animal type market?
There's plenty of poisons.
Cool. Can I go visit one of those stalls real quick?
Sure. You see a greasy...
Could I... Oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask if I could pick up some, like, sacrificial creatures like birds, for something, for a ritual.
Some sacrificial animals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some lambs.
Well, before we get to
Preferably a good yield of blood.
that... Okay. Well, in that case, you want a hog. But anyway, we'll get back to that in a second. As you walk up to the bazaar holding poisons behind the stall, there's a greasy-haired looking man whose eyes are a bit too close together, who is apparently dealing with something behind his stall. As you approach, he will get up and adjust everything meticulously on the counter in front of him, and then he will say, "How can I help you?"
Well, I'm looking for something. I'm looking for poisons. I don't have time to speak fancy or whatnot.
What kind of poison?
I don't actually know. Something not common, unique.
If you're looking for rare poisons, I have a rare chimera poison.
Oh. Did somebody just die?
That was him. He was coughing.
Oh. And what does chimera poison do?
It poisons people.
Yes. I can like pinch the bridge of her nose. What does the poison do when somebody...
It causes blindness.
Ah. And how much would that be?
That would be 75 gold.
75?
Yes, for each dose.
And how many doses do you have?
I have only 3.
I will take all 3. Are you okay?
I am fine.
This dude just might be the Chimera.
I don't think I believe him, but I don't think I care enough to ask further.
That will be a total of 225 gold.
Thank you. We'll pull the gold out and put it on the counter because I don't want to touch him.
Thank you for your patronage.
Yes, thank you. Okay.
He will pass you the vials. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, thank you. Have a day, sir.
Okay, thank you. As you walk away.
Wonderful.
What a unique fellow.
Unique is a word to describe. I wouldn't call him unique. Maybe using his supply. Yeah, I will head back to the STTC fellow that's selling.
Meanwhile, Trey,
oh yeah,
Karakaa goes out to buy some sacrificial animals.
yeah.
Hey, okay,
Yay.
alright. Okay. You're gonna sacrifice some innocent animals in order to fuel your various escapades there, Karakaa?
Yes.
You follow Zinmaster, right?
Yeah.
Of animals?
Well,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I was wanting to have my character believe in the concept of Zinmaster.
Okay. God of animals and their protection and well-being.
He understands that is a very big tenet that he's willing to break. He's very desperate.
As you wish. Alright, well, if you're looking for a sacrificial animal, you're gonna have to go to the place where sacrifices are made on the reg. That's in the Black Pantheon. So there's lots of shop sellers in the Black Pantheon selling everything from slaves to devices, weapons, all sorts of things. Eventually, you will come upon a flesh merchant who happens to have plenty of individuals that are to your liking and requirement. I presume you will not be sacrificing people.
Nope.
Okay, so therefore, He offers you 2 hogs for 4 gold pieces.
Sure, yeah, I can do that.
Excellent. You have purchased 2 hogs. Alright, do you rejoin your companions?
Yeah, I do.
Alright. And so, the 3 of you are all together.
Cool. We're gonna head back to.
Hold on, Eden. You can speak to
hold on.
animals.
Yes, I can. Oh
You will
God.
overhear this.
It's lunch and dinner.
Brother, the tall, skinny
No.
one has purchased us. Excellent, brother. Soon we'll be free of this terrible place. The oats will flow freely. The milk of the land will be ours to consume. Indeed, brother. Have you noticed the long, elongated, coiling hair of the tall, skinny one that has purchased us? I have, brother. It is by his baleful hand that we will find our freedom. Huzzah to the tall, skinny one, brother. We should follow him closely and make safe his passage.
What are those for?
Yes. What are these 2 for? Do you not hear that?
Brother,
Brother?
observe. The tall, skinny one is approached by a potential mate.
Oh,
We should squeal. Yes, brother, we should encourage him. Ree, ree.
I tried doing the other one. Karakaa. Well, I assume that they're just on a lead, and they're being pretty. Yeah. So
They're just being pigs.
yeah, I guess he'll try and pet them and say
Which one
to
do you pet? The one on the left or right?
give me like which one's the fluffiest or has the most hair?
There is one with a excellent pile of hair on top of his head, and the other one has long, droopy ears.
Oh, the trippy-eared one.
Okay, so I am going
Until
to.
you
I'm
give
gonna
them
pet-
names, their names are Perm and Droop.
Fuck yeah! All right, I'm a pet Perm first, but I'm gonna give my other boy some ear scratchies.
All right. As you start to pet Perm, brother, you have been chosen by the tall, skinny one. Brother, his fingers dance within my hair. It is a feeling most pleasant. I am filled with jealousy, brother. I had hoped to receive... He has changed to me, brother. The itch, the infernal itch has been uplifted from within my lobe. Brother, I joyously... Oh, chase yourself. We shall raise our mouths, and we shall oink most vigorously in acceptance.
Yeah, this is probably the time when he'd turn around to eat it and say, "I'm wanting to do a cultural ritual for my people."
I want to do a culture.
What?
I want to do a cultural ritual. My mic cut out.
And,
Frick you.
and what exactly is a cultural ritual?
It includes a sacrifice.
Oh, I see. And she looks to the pigs and then back at him, and then back to the pigs and back at him. And I'm assuming that's what your new friends are for.
It pains me to do this, but yes.
Yes, well, I would not use your magic to speak with them. They are unique fellows. You should buy them some oats before you do your cultural thing.
Noted. I will. I'll feed them.
You buy them some oats.
Hey, I like how you just convinced them to give them their final dinner.
Well then, I have one more thing to do before we head back. Do you have any more things to buy for this cultural ritual?
Where would I go to try and purchase a ceremonial dagger for a just a ceremonial dagger?
You could buy that from the Anvanti. They sell
Yeah, can I do
they
that?
sell their ritual daggers as a tourist item.
Oh, are they like authentic though?
Yeah, they're handmade by Advanti.
Oh yeah. I will take one. I'll speak in Advanti and try and be as friendly as I can and ask them how their day is and whatnot.
As you approach, you will see one. Hi, Way. Oh, hello, brother. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my little stall. What are you in the mood for? Those are some fine hogs you have.
Oh, well, thank you, brother. I'm in the looks of a ceremonial dagger.
Oh, we got a lot of daggers for sale here, friend. He gestures towards several ceremonial, ritual-looking daggers, all of them ostentatiously embedded with semi-precious jewels and wrapped in fine leather.
Could I try and look at any of these and see which one may align best with the Black Beast? Or, well, actually, I can just ask this guy. Would you happen to have any blades catered or blessed towards the Black Beast?
Catered for the Black Beast. Yes, sir, right here. Made from blackened leather and etched with night stones. He will then hand it to you.
He'll have a moment to pause. And a few tears will fall down his face. And he'll wipe them very quickly away. And he'll nod and just he'll try and hold the dagger in his hand to say, I would like this one.
20 gold, sir.
Aye. And I'll hand him the 20 pieces.
I'll give a nod. Thank you for your business.
Thank you for your hard work. May the sovereign beast of the night bless you.
He'll kind of look taken aback. Yeah, sure.
And yeah, he'll scamper along.
All right, as you kind of scamper along the market with your newfound dagger, and the two hogs, Perm and Droop, boiling behind you. Eden, are you following them?
Yes, we're heading to go back to the guy selling slaves.
On your way, you will hear Perm and Perm and Droop comment, "Brother, did you see what the tall, skinny one has purchased? Indeed, brother, a talon for his otherwise clawless hands. Brother, I believe that our new master must be some kind of powerful warrior. Indeed, brother, he shall slay the predators that come for our succulent swine flesh. Indeed, brother, we shall do a dance of joy for him." They will start to walk dance behind him.
I can't do this.
Do what?
I'll slow down beside Dagda. Dagda.
What? What do you look?
She's got both hands covering her face as she's walking. His pigs are. I don't know how to put it into words, but I feel a sense of guilt.
And so the party makes their way back to the slave market.
She's just staring at these two happy pigs and Karakaa skipping with a knife,
Oh, well, the knife's put away now, I should preface.
I can't. I'm going to steal myself and return to the lovely chap selling equipment and people. Is he still out front?
Oh yeah, he's out front. Currently he is chastising a slave that has spilt some of his drink. "Get out of here, you useless piece of shit!" Gulp, 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 gulp. Ah, that somehow tastes better when handed to you by an insubordinate.
Oh, yes. End of a hard day?
Oh, end of the day, oh, likely not. The night market will start soon. That's where we sell all of the more beautiful ones.
Oh.
But I see that you've returned.
Yes, you convinced me. I'm back for the vicious one.
Oh, really? Well,
Yes.
alright, I'll see what I can do. We've already
Would
had
you
a
be,
few offers on him.
No? Well then. That's good that I came back.
He'll start to write out some of the paperwork. Alright, and let's see here. You have the payment?
I do. Is it still the same?
It is.
Well then, yes, I do. Does he come with any anything else other than, well, his person?
Just his person. If you want the equipment that he had when we captured him, that's going to cost extra.
No equipment. Is this too from his? Where did you say he was from again?
I believe Gallows is where it's called. Some
Ah,
backwater where they believe in spirits and worship the sword.
Ah, yes. Yes. Well,
A
what
few
did he
of-
come
A few
with?
of my
from?
colleagues actually are really into their culture. They sit around once a week talking about it, pretending that they're the heroes from their stories. Really weird and quite
Oh,
cringe.
yes, a foolish, only probably ill.
In either case,
Yes. What equipment did he come with? That
came
is,
with
I
one
guess,
of their, he looks closer, katanas
Oh,
and some armor, I think. That's what you want to call it. It looks like pieces of wood tied together around his waist. Not really much of armor, it seems.
may I take a look at it? I do not wish to purchase trash.
Of course, here. Alright, you will see that there are the belongings of the samurai, which are a sword, armor, and what appears to be a bedroll.
I guess he will be needing that. How much for this?
It's an extra 75 gold.
Fine. Throw it in with him.
Very well. He'll start to write up the paperwork. He'll hold out his hand for the payment.
What, 675?
Yeah.
Cool. I hand it to him.
This entire time, Karakaa is like biting and gritting his teeth. This is deplorable.
Eden overhears. Brother, the tall, skinny one is disturbed by something. What could it be, brother? Look there, brother. Several of its brethren are being held up for auction. Auction, brother, much like us, indeed. Some tall, skinny ones, I've heard, take over the lives of others and sell them like we are. My word, brother, such an atrocity cannot be stood for. Our dearly kind-hearted, tall, skinny one, I can sense his displeasure. Indeed, we shall put on a grimace in order to enact his vengeance. They bare their teeth. Oink.
With that, Karakaa will probably snap out of it and kneel down and place his hands like to sort of focus their eye contact on him and try and exude a calming and reassuring energy.
Brother, his eyes are like steel pools, brother. Indeed, we must have one of the most handsome, tall, and skinny ones. I can feel a calming aura exude through me, brother. Indeed, I feel as if all the darkness in the world will be swallowed up by the light within his eyes, brother. Brother, I wish to do a dance. Dance, brother! Let the music take you!
I will stand and turn around at this point. Karakaa, perhaps you should buy some other creatures for your cultural things that you're going to do.
No, do they seem ill?
Yes, I have a feeling that these two should be I don't know, perhaps we can hold them in the Abacus area somewhere as pets or something. It's just a feeling, you know.
Well, pigs are pretty... Okay. It doesn't hurt to buy any other ones.
I will clap you on the shoulder roughly. Yes, you should go do that. And put these two in a pen or something.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, off you go. Meet us back at the tavern, please.
Yes, ma'am. And he'll quickly walk off.
Brother, I can't wait for our lives together with the tall, skinny one. Indeed, brother. Perhaps he will even have some odes. As they fade into the distance. The slave master will say,
My apologies.
Your documents for signing.
Yes. She will scribble some cursive writing of her name.
Very good. And now the ownership of this man has transferred to you. Get down here. He pulls on the rope. The man comes crashing down to the floor. Oh, look at you. You can't even stand on your own 2 feet. He lifts him up. You've got a new mistress now. You better act right. Don't worry, madam. If he acts unbecoming of someone of his station, we do free beatings, especially for novice masters. We also offer a class, if you'd like.
A class?
Indeed,
on
you would know.
beatings?
Well, not really on beatings. It's more so of an overarching lordship over those that are lesser than you. It seems that many in this land are not really familiar with the natural legality one can find in the control of others.
Yes, and when are classes?
We hold them once every Thursday.
What is today?
Today is Saturday.
Damn it. Unfortunate. Perhaps I will take you up on it another time.
Of course.
You said something about you showing the beautiful ones in the night market?
Oh, yes.
Well, I hope you weren't holding out on me with just this
Well,
one.
This one's not really meant for the act of the pillow dance.
I see.
If you're looking for something softer, that's hard in the right places, I'm sure that it could be provided for you.
No, not tonight. Thank you for your patronage.
As you wish.
Yes, thank you. I did have a question. I believe we spoke about the controlling features for this one.
Indeed, that is in the contract that you signed. You'll find instructions on the other page.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you. Well, I must go back to my companions. Side eyes, Dagda. What are you up to right now?
Oh, he's just been writing on it, just on some journal the whole time.
Dear
We're just
diary,
waiting.
what the fuck is happening?
One of my
Pretty
teammates
much.
are talking to animals. The other one's buying a slave.
Pretty much is what he's writing. But
Get
yeah,
used to it. You're a druid.
I know.
Well then, I will... do I grab the leash? Yeah, I grab the leash. Come. Did he have a name?
Well, it can be whatever you want it to be, but I believe... Oh, hold on, he checks his parchments. Let's see, I have it here somewhere. Hold on, let me actually look at it.
This one shall be needing a bath.
Let's see here. Miso, I believe.
Miso?
Is it? Miso.
Like the soup?
Miso. M-I-Z-O? I'm sorry, I don't understand how they spell their names.
Ah, miso. Well,
Did I show you guys a picture of him yet?
yeah, you can pop
No,
that.
oh,
That's
yeah.
like,
Nice.
there it is, if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I showed it.
Okay.
But yes,
It's weird
okay.
because
Well
I
then.
can't find this.
It's
Hmm.
red,
Okay.
reddish, a lot of red.
You just want to describe the entire
Right.
picture. You know it so
Samurai
well.
boy in red.
Long hair, red, muscular,
Long,
mewing.
red.
I think he had his abs out. I wasn't really looking at much except for that.
Okay.
Perhaps
anything
I
else?
did buy a multi-use one. Nope. I'm double checking. I believe I'm done. Dagda, did you have anything you wanted to do before we headed back? Holding my slave man by the leash as I'm talking to you.
Not really. What I need, I could just do, not in this district, I suppose.
Well then, do you want to go before we head back, or are you done for the day?
It's been a long day. Perhaps you should return back to the inn.
Alright then. Well, let's head back. And hope that Karakaa was remedying the cultural situation. And we will head back, as I hope Karakaa buys new animals. Don't speak.
I know what you're thinking. I don't need no reason. Sorry. Alright, so you guys head back.
You're
Also, Dungeons, Dragons, and Dives. Thanks for the raid.
hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, we support slavery here, apparently.
I'm buying a slave just in time.
God.
Happily walks with him on a leash. Come along, Mizo.
Does he have the bag on him?
Yeah.
Is there a bag on his head? Yeah, sure. Why not?
Well, there's a bag
It's a calming bag.
It's a sack and a metal collar with a face mask as well. 'Cause he's a
Jesus
warrior.
Christ.
Well, he tried to
He
bite
got a-
people, so.
Ah, yes. No, that's staying on. At least until we get over there. I don't want to be parading his face around.
Alright. And so, Karakaa, Dagda, Eden, and...
Mizo!
Well, yes, but... You guys return... What were the other three of you doing?
Talikar was sort of doing a bit of research at the moment and sort of waiting until Dagda got back.
Teo was up in his quarters, studying and doing nerd shit.
Okay. So, shall we all meet up there?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sounds
let-
fine.
Sure.
Let us, let us
Yes,
go,
in private.
Let us go to the common room.
Where they can't hear us beating each other's asses.
Oh,
At this point, upon arriving, I will take his bag off.
Oh! You'll take his bag off.
No, he can keep his collar on, but I'll take his bag off. Are his hands free and everything too, or is he just?
No, his hands are not free. As you take his bag off, you will see the eyes of Mizo, a soft brown filled with hate, staring at you from behind his mask. And there he is.
Yeah, just look at you. Yes. I'll just stare back at him. Anyways.
Oh.
I'll talk with him later.
Okay.
I'm in my room. I'm just gonna move there.
Okay.
Yeah,
The party arrives
get into
back
the
into the
proper
common areas. Go and go to your proper areas, and the rest of you guys can arrive.
What is that?
Wait, where you at,
Nah.
Talikar? Go to your room, Talikar. Big on!
Be gone.
My screen has gotten worse, so is there any way that I could be moved to my room? Or to...
You're in the position you're
wherever.
supposed to be in. You guys just arrived.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sitting here sipping some tea.
Your pigs, by the way, were stabled outside. They were not allowed in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. There would have been some, like, childish sort of be like, why? They're well behaved. They're clean.
Brother, this one argues with our tall, scully one. We should devour this one and shit and defecate upon its floor, brother. Later, brother. As you lead them into
Do I
the
hear this
stables.
from outside?
Yes, you will hear them. And then, as they are led outside and being placed in the stable, brother, fresh straw in which for us to lay, fresh mud in which for us to advocate our swine flesh. The tall, skinny one is most becoming of us, brother. Let us squeal in delight so that he may know it so. Whee!
And at that time, he'll probably be like, oh, they're probably so glad that they have fresh bedding.
Whee!
I'm glad I could do this for them.
Karakaa, did you do what I asked of you?
Oh, shit. I forgot.
Forgot what?
And so the party returned to the upper floors.
Hey.
Eden carries behind her a unmasked Mizo.
Well then.
Sorry.
I'm going to go get him dressed. I will be back out in a second.
Butler, you hear people outside.
I better take Mizo down to my room.
Seems someone's arrived. Hopefully, they've come back from the markets.
Butler, as you open the door to the common room, you see that Eden is leading a slave towards her room.
He looks straight at Dagda.
Oh.
Why is she carrying a man by a leash?
Well, I suppose, remember when we were with, Annabelle in the morning? Where Tel asked for an extra help if it was available?
She couldn't just hire a person, she had to buy.
Well, I suppose it's cheaper?
How?
Man. I don't know, I never bought a slave.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I can assure you the life of a man is a bit more than simply his services.
Yes, I do agree with that. We only bought him, but I suppose we're planning on releasing him after we finish our mission.
Oh, how very courteous of you.
Yes, well...
To simply work him as you need him and then get rid of him when you don't.
It's more like it's his decision to either leave or not. I suppose it is his decision. But legally speaking, it is not me but Eden who owns him.
And you just let her? Look, I understand this city has different laws here, and I'm not about to make a scene, but this is ridiculous. Does she not understand what she's doing?
Yes, I suppose she does. I'm not one for slavery either, don't get me wrong, but... it's just... The dangers of Pride League is... It's very dangerous there, is all I can describe, I suppose.
And has Teotl been informed? From what I've heard
Well,
of that.
well, we just...
An abomination to him as well.
Well, we just gotten back. Is he in his room?
The last time I saw he went off to his study, yes.
Well, I suppose we should tell him. Since... If we don't, it'll just be a problem later.
Unless I'll be back. He's gonna go off and... He is going to attempt to make some food for the slave. He looked terrible.
I think in this time, Karakaa will look to Dagda and he'll very anxiously look down the hallway and then at every door to see if they're going to be opened or something, and then he just, would you like to accompany me tonight?
Huh? Accompanying what?
My ritual.
Are you asking him out right now?
No. Perchance, who knows? Anyway. He'll then continue and just say, I would appreciate it if another person of your talents and expertise would help me in this night.
A ritual?
Yes.
But what kind?
Something I need to progress.
Arcadum? Quick question.
Yes.
I'm not too smart in this, but what are the druid's opinions on sacrificing
That's not a
animals?
question. You know that's not a question, right? That's not a question. Arcadum, I have a question. Okay, I am not too smart. That's not a question.
I know, but it's like,
Please
what are the druid's opinions on sacrificial?
I don't know, what is your character's opinions on sacrifices?
What is a what opinion?
On sacrificing animals for druids, what are
What do the druids think of it?
Yeah.
Generally speaking, sacrificing of animals and things like that is something that is abhorred by most of the Green Faith, with the exception of the Blight Druids, which are the evil druids.
Oh.
He'll like say again, I know this isn't right, but this is something that I know within the Advanti, within my tribe, that
Oh, so that's what you were planning with that dagger? Huh.
yeah, I guess you would be able to see it. It's on his like waist.
Well, I don't believe you should kill those animals for simply that.
The flesh will not be wasted.
Even so,
Bones and all, I promise. It will all be used.
Though I may not be aligned with the. I may not be part of the Green Oath or such, but I am still a druid at heart. He's just.
I do not wish to force you to do this. If you do not have full due diligence in mind, I will ask someone else.
It's just I'm not really up for the lives of innocents just for sacrifice. Perhaps wouldn't Teotl be better for this type of stuff?
He was going to be the next person I asked, but yeah.
Brother, what the fuck?
That is just. I apologize, but perhaps you should just ask Tel.
Yeah. I guess he'll do a quick bow and then try and head over to Teo's room.
You just wait.
Alright. Heading on over to Teo's room. Butler, where are you going?
He was just gonna run downstairs real quick and try and cook up a hearty meal for the guy. He looked terrible.
Okay. Let's... Alright, Eden. You take Mizo into your room.
Does he? How does he look like?
So
health.
he has like a simple shawl over his chest, which barely hides the musculature beneath. He has some shabby pants on. He has a iron mask over his face, as described before. The bag has been removed. His hands are bound and his legs are chained. The lead is around his neck and against his chest, which you are currently holding. The lead is attached to a special part of the metallic collar, which allows you to hold him in place, but also apply pressure to choke if necessary. He is currently staring at you, his eyes burning with hatred.
How's he look like weight-wise? Like, was he?
He is certainly malnourished, but
okay, cool.
He is a strong warrior, and you can see that he has resisted the costs of malnourishment somewhat.
Yeah. Well then, you don't have to like it, or however you feel. You can hate me as much as you want, but I need your assistance. So, I'm going to take some of this off, and if you bite me, I'm going to put it back on. Do you understand?
He continues to stare at you.
Well then, I'm going to assume we understand, and I don't have to accost you, as they did. I will take his mask off first.
As you reach up towards his face,
bite me, I will kill him.
As you reach up towards his face, he will say, "Watashi wa anata o koreshimasu."
I have no idea what she said. somebody in our party is speak. No, sure. I'll just take it off. I don't know what you're talking about, but if you bite me, I'm going to hit you.
As you reach up and start to undo his mask, he will look kind of bewildered by that. And as you take his mask off, you will see that he begins to breathe a little bit easier. The gag in his mouth, do you take that out?
Yeah, I take it.
Okay, the gag in his mouth, which now makes it easier for you to understand him. He will then repeat the words.
She'll just shake her head, trying to, what her body says she doesn't understand. I don't understand you. And she'll hold her hands out, like motioning for him to give her his hands.
His hands are bound behind his back.
Ah, they're behind his back. Unfortunate. You can't really get dressed with your hands bound, but I don't think I trust you to unbind them privately. Walks over here, looks outdoor. Karakaa, I'm assuming, is not going to be there.
He is currently en route to Teo.
Yeah, to Teo.
Damn it, I require somebody's assistance. I will wait until Butler arrives.
Okay.
Stare at this fellow.
Meanwhile,
Trying to figure out what the fuck he's saying.
Meanwhile, over here. Go on.
I will probably knock at the door. I'll just very lightly tap on it.
Teo, you hear someone knocking at your door.
It is unlocked.
He'll open it.
You see Teo with the remaining 4 Pula bird feathers spread across the table. He's lifting them, kind of measuring them. They're for their perfection, like trimming away the after shaft feathers and examining which one would be the best candidate for some project that he's working on. He's also presently covered in ink, like hands up to his wrists and some on his face, on his cheeks.
Well, I see that.
He stares at you as you just enter the room and say nothing.
We didn't hear a word you said, Trey. You're gonna have to speak up.
And now you're
Can't have shit in this house.
There you go.
Anyway, Karakaa would probably just say, I'm planning on doing a ritual for the Sovereign Knight. I don't think I can do this safely alone. I would appreciate it if you could be my eye.
He places the feather down and lifts himself out of the chair. You are what manner of ritual are you looking to perform?
I'm planning on doing a ritualistic blood sacrifice.
A blood sacrifice?
You saw what it did.
Yes, and I also am aware that you may not understand what you did last time you enacted a blood ritual. I believe your intentions may have been earnest, but they may have been misdirected.
You felt. You know what we felt. That was the ancients.
It was an ancient, maybe. But I do not believe it is the one that you are intending. The blood is sacred to the red of my father. The laughing one. Yours, I believe, is the the beast, which would be animals, pelts, fangs, bones, and such. So I do not. I hope you do not hope to. I hope you do not wish to invoke the beast using your own blood again. I can show you proper offerings to the Black Beast.
His eyes will light up. Please.
What do you know of your beast? Perhaps I should.
I saved my people. All that I've been taught is that this beast is something we should pay homage to. It did a fantastic job protecting us. At least my tribe.
The beast is It is the ancient, representing honor and courage of battle. How did the beast save your people, your tribe?
He's just gonna get really quiet and anxious. He's definitely not wanting to talk about this right now. Are you going to help me tonight, or am I just going to go alone on myself?
I'm familiar with all of the ancients. I can assist you, but you should know what it is that I'm doing if it is you who wish to pay homage and pay respect. An understanding would go a long way towards the efficacy of such a gesture. I only wish to educate you.
Knowledge is power.
Excuse Karakaa. I will guide you if that is what you wish, but you will need a proper offering. As I've stated before, animal pelts, fangs, carcasses. Do you have such a thing?
I had purchased some hardy pigs, but that may not be enough. I was thinking of maybe doing which it may be stupid, but I was hoping to do a hunt.
I believe that may be a bit more fitting, as offering the ancients bacon may not be the honorable offering that you wish to give to your black beast. There may be a more suitable offering out there.
Yes,
but I will not shame you for your attempts. I applaud you for becoming more in touch with your culture and our culture. I wish to guide your hand if you would have me, and I am honored in your asking. Find me when you are ready, and I will accompany you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you again.
There is one thing I would ask of you, however.
That is?
I'm working to, as he gestures over to the table with the feathers, I'm making an offering myself. One to all the ancients. Something I can use to embolden my magics and my effort to serve my people and their memory. I'm making a pen, a quill, and I've assembled different representations. They're holy symbols. As a worshipper of the beast, I wish for you to contribute so we may both honor them together in the construction of this utensil. I would ask that you find a proper contribution to represent the beast. Maybe a fang or a claw. Would you do that for me in exchange for my teaching you of offerings to your beast?
Absolutely. You have my word.
Thank you. And he will return to his table with his parchments and his feathers.
He'll walk out.
Okay.
And probably just head to his room.
At this point, Butler returns.
Butler.
Absolutely ridiculous.
What did you make?
Probably grab some mutton, some veggies, throw a little bit of pickled veggies in there, yeah. Something to just really give him some extra energy.
I'm like, damn, we got mutton? Lamb's expensive in the medieval days, no?
Look, I don't buy cheap.
Did I just get called a brokey in character? What the fuck just happened? Did this man just say get your money up, not your funny up? That's crazy.
He just said you're... Oh, I can't say that. Oh, I can't finish the joke.
The Avanti's broke.
I have more money than you.
You like behind the door, you'll hear probably us trying to communicate again, and I'm just like,
Kurasai!
I listen. You
If he hears
keep
that, he's
screaming
gonna
at me
walk over
and over again. I do not understand you. I need you to take. I'm trying to take your shirt off. Okay.
He will
knock
keep,
on the door.
He will keep yelling the same thing.
Open.
Oh, it's open. It's open.
He opens it.
Describe what's going on in this room.
You can see Eden is trying to lift up his shirt.
What the fuck is going on?
Saranai da kudasai!
Yes. As he likes to say, I'm trying to make him presentable, but
Right.
I was waiting for assistance because I'm trying to unbind his hands. Which is perfect that you're here.
Yes, you're trying
Loud enough to be heard.
He
Trying to what?
He is yelling very loud.
She's ignoring you at this point.
Talikar.
Can you not give the man his
Potentially
Tail,
dignity?
make me a perception check.
Dignity? What do you mean dignity? I'm trying to give him that by dressing him.
Right. Maybe perhaps allowing him to dress himself.
Never mind.
Ears closed.
Yes, I can do that. I just wanted to take his shackles and
Can I
whatnot
make a
off
perception
without
check?
getting punched in the
Yeah.
face. Now, if you could stand there and keep your opinions to yourself for 1 second, I'm going to unbind him.
You hear a man screaming in the other room.
Talikar looks up from his work, comes out, looks around, trying to find the source of it.
It's coming from the
I'm
sun.
going to begin unbinding his hands.
Okay.
Please stand
Butler.
still.
Make me an insight check, please.
I'm sure it's going to punch me in the fucking mouth.
Would be kind of funny.
As you would deserve.
Hey!
Insight check?
Likely.
Mm-hmm.
A likely
Got
swing.
nothing on that one.
Never
Okay.
mind.
Fantastic. Karakaa not paying attention as usual.
Well, it's not even that. I don't know how I would be trying to...
Hear
Help.
yelling.
Oh, yes.
Was the door
Sure.
open?
More people
Was it
in there.
closed?
The door is open, and you can see that there is a slave in this room, and currently Eden is trying to unbind them. Make me an insight check, Karakaa and Talikar.
I kept him.
Just make it a spectacle. You're talking about me preserving his dignity.
Talikar, as you walk into the room, you quickly assess the situation. Karakaa does as well. And both of you know that the moment that that man's hand is unbound, he is going to kill Eden.
He's gonna fucking try.
Wait, Butler, stop!
That's me. Wrong name.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why?
He's gonna.
Oh,
The
so
second
why
you
you
invite
do that,
me?
he's
He
gonna kill
will
you.
kill you.
Oh, well, he can try. Sure. I don't care. You can stand there looking half naked. All I need from you to do is listen.
Well, look, will you be... Give the man some dignity. Try to communicate, even if you can't talk. Do you not know anything talking to people?
Oh, by all means. And she'll go sit in her bed. Show me.
He'll sigh. He'll turn around real quick, pull out a handkerchief. He'll take his gauntlets off, put them on the handkerchief. At which point he'll hold up his hands, look over to the food and point towards, like, nudge him towards the food, and then look to his hands. Alright?
What do your hands look like?
They're just big old sausage fingers.
Anata no tabamono wa aranai.
He'll just shake his head. I don't know. Apologies. He'll give a little bow of his head.
I think then he'll, just trying to infer the situation, he'll grab the plate, or is it a plate or is it a tray of food? Cool, I will grab that.
He'll kind of like, sorry, I had myself eaten for a second.
Trey.
No worries.
Trey.
He'll kind of look at you before you reach for it. What are you doing?
I'm going to tell him that it's alright to eat. What were you saying, Meg?
Wouldn't you be able to understand him?
Am I able to not level 8?
You have your edict, don't you?
Oh, fuck yeah, I do.
I was waiting for it.
I said
Jesus
it.
Christ.
That's why I
keep
asked
forgetting
where
that
you
we're
were
level 8.
going.
No,
I asked where you were
anyway.
going before because... Okay, go ahead.
Whatever. Hey, he's not... He's all over the place right now. And so am I.
Okay,
I'd like to use it.
Now that Karakaa focuses his ears, the whispers of the Black Hand will filter out through the words. Anatagakoradai! Orakadakoraka, I hate you! I hate you! I don't want your food, I don't want your offerings, I don't want your mercy! The next time that woman puts her hands upon my body, I will rip out her throat!
Swings legs.
I hear you. I guess he'd be perfectly replicating his...
He does not understand a word you're saying.
Okay, that's what I figured.
It's one way.
What?
But you're
Can't he
translating for
speak?
us.
Yeah, I guess I'll just say that he very much hates you, Eden. Please do not touch him again. He will fucking kill you.
Doesn't the edict allow him to speak and understand any language?
I'm checking right now, because I had it open, but my computer keeps auto-closing tabs.
It does say
Yeah.
speak, understand, any.
Actually,
Yeah.
Oh god, he got actually.
That doesn't mean he can speak it well.
Butcher this
Okay.
fine man's language.
He's never spoken
Oh, absolutely.
it before.
Yeah, no, I'll butcher this up. I'll just grab a plate. I'll grab the plate.
Oh my
Um,
wa moo. No.
Shindaru.
Taberu kudasai.
He
He'll
will
hand the plate out.
he will narrow his eyes to Karakaa, and he will say, "Speak my tongue. Like a dog barks words."
Hi.
He will blink. Out of all the responses he expected, that was not one of them.
I understand. Like, right now, he probably is going to be turning to everyone and just quickly saying, I can barely speak his language, but I can understand him.
Okay. You said he's
Okay.
enraged right now, right?
Better than
Very.
nothing.
Understandable.
He doesn't want food, he doesn't want our mercies, he clearly wants to leave.
Well, do we even have the right to let him leave? I don't know how to.
He'd
all
just
this
be
is-
recaptured and sold back into the market.
That, or he'd just be killed.
What are you saying to them?
I'm trying to explain what you are trying to say.
Then explain this to them. I am no slave.
He'll nod his head. He'll look to everyone and say he adamantly has said now that he is not anyone's slave.
Certainly had no intentions of treating him as such, no matter what he might have to say about it.
Did you say she or he?
He.
Right. Had no intentions of treating him like one. Look over at Eden. That's your call to make, though.
Neither did I. You can explain to him that I was trying to tell him that we need some help. And pretty much in summarized terms, she was going to offer him that he can help them and earn payment. And then once we are done with what we have to do at Pride Lake, he can take whatever he's earned and he can go his own path. At the
Yes,
moment.
he's enslaved until he's done working for you. Understood.
Yes. I'm glad we all understand.
I'll
Love
relay
venom
that
at
the
you for
best that I
that.
can.
What'd you say? Real quick, Butler?
Yeah, he just looks at venomously at you for saying that.
I do not care. I've been
Talikar
staring
is
at
gonna
with
look at this guy.
I'm gonna
worse
need
cases
you to
before.
actually say the words, Karakas.
Okay.
Mhm.
So he is going to be saying now, the person who purchased you is wanting to have some assistance. Unfortunately, this is in the way that I and a lot of the other people would like to do this. But so, as long as you were to help us, we could help you with getting out of here permanently.
What?
Do reiterate that it's either that or going back to where I purchased him from or dying.
He is confused by what you said.
He'll panically look around and say, we can get you out of here, but you have to cooperate.
Make me a persuasion check.
He's proficient.
Talikar is going to let out a small sigh. And
Hey-yo.
hey, he's going to try and speak to him in Calcatetian. He'll switch up his dialect, going to a more smoother tone than anybody's ever heard him. Hey there, guy. You don't happen to speak my language, do you?
He will look at you with
Call out to
empty.
him.
He will look at you with empty eyes. He does not recognize.
Right.
He does not recognize that language. He will turn back to
Right.
Karakas and he will say, "You intend to release me?"
Yes, truly.
Why?
I know and understand what it feels like to be suppressed and undermined, beat, and simply just spit on, and I can't stand looking at someone else living that sort of future, that fate.
He will look at you with suspicious eyes and then he will say, "If what you intend is to release me from this place, then why do you request of me a service?"
he'll look around because Karakaa would not know how to answer that question, and he'll tell Eden and everyone else that he's wondering now why he is in need of a servitude to be freed.
Don't look at me. I'm not the one who purchased him.
It's the same thing I said before. We need help, and he wants to be free. That was simply the trade here.
Fine. Simply explain the situation with the lake.
He'll look kind of dumbfounded.
Just even if we freed him now, he would have nothing. He would wander and then be picked back up again. Despite him not wanting potentially to work with us, it is the best option to set him up for his future freedom.
We're a mercenary band, yes? We could simply act as if he's on the docket or something, that he can be paid for his services, and then once we're done, his freedom would be his own. Yes? Amenable? Money in his pocket? Future that's his own?
Yeah, I guess Karakaa would then just explain to the guy, hey, so the reasoning as to why we're doing this is so that you can have some money in your pockets, as well as to be at a safer distance from these individuals in Saphira. That sounds about right. Before I submit that.
Yeah. Also explain to him that should he, I don't know, come about employment to the Abacus, he wouldn't be treated as a slave should he leave us. Potentially, at least.
Are we going through a recital here, or are you going to explain to him?
What do you actually say, Karakaa?
If you continue to help and work with us, you will not be a slave, and when you leave, you won't be deemed as such when working with the Abacus. I believe that is what they had said. Yeah.
I do not care for money. I don't care. I wish for my freedom. My lord needs me. I must return to Haikyo immediately. I have been out of service to Taidono for too long.
Your lord. Are you some sort of knight?
Yes, I am a samurai. In service to Haikyo Tai, Lord of Haikyo.
He is then going to explain that this person clearly is of either noble birth or is associated with a very large noble in the Glaeus continent.
We'll explain to him that the week of peace has passed, and unless he has a way to travel across Leviathan-filled waters, he's going to be stuck here for at least a year.
Aikio's in Corvallis, isn't it?
Is it? Isn't it Glaeus?
Do it in character.
Karakaa would have no idea where that is.
I have no idea where that is. I'm assuming it's in Glaeus.
You're
from
here, though.
Yeah, but I was isolated in the icy flows for the majority of my life.
Let me check.
Talikar
Can you name the capital of every American state? Probably not, since you're out of school. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Where is
Talikar will sort of look between them. Where exactly? Can you ask him where Haikyo is? Just to be certain.
Sure, I can ask. Where is this place that you serve?
It is to the west, near the great misted mountains. It is within its shadow that Lord Tai has made a home for all of us. I apologize for my rashness. I have been treated like an animal for the last year. If you are truly people whose hearts are not blackened by greed, please release me.
I must return to my lord. I have urgent news to give him.
Karakaa will now tell everyone that he is seeming to be amicable to the idea of having his restraints taken off. Before that, Karakaa will also step in and quickly ask, "Do you swear upon your lord's name that you will not harm us in any way, shape,
No.
or form?"
No.
Well,
Well, what do you think?
Well, I think he's going to help us, and then he can go wherever he wants to go.
yeah. So, what have we learned of this IQ? What is his? What are we to do with him?
It is to the west, he said, a place where all his people can reside safely, I believe.
Of foreigner land within ours?
I think that's what he means.
What,
Hang
with
on.
this, what if? Well,
Anybody
what
got a
did he
map?
say?
Does anybody have a map? We can
This
ask
is
him.
going in circles.
Yeah, it is. But
Look,
How about this? What if he wants to go back to his lord? He's not going to make it on his own. Regardless of how he feels and what he wants to do, he's not going to make it by himself without either getting recaptured or whatever. If he helps us, then we will speak with Annabelle on getting him safe passage back to his lord.
Okay. You
do this.
What was that?
sorry?
He just looks to Karakaa. Translate.
He will then say to Mizo, "We truly do want your freedom, but from the realistic perspective of you just being out and freed on your own now, which will not get you very far. You will not get to the west. You'll be simply dead or back in chains, unfortunately, sir."
And? That is no concern of yours? Or is that your attempt to belie my obedience? Am I a slave or am I not to you?
We're not a slave.
Then release me.
Karaka's gonna press his head between his hands. He's not sure what to do.
I'm assuming the reply you didn't get was, yes, sure, I'd love that.
He's just wanting to be free. He doesn't think it's our matter to care for his safety.
Well then, I can just take him back to the slave market and get my money back and he can free himself there.
There's going to be a lot of disgust on his face. You're going to...
Talikar, he doesn't really show much emotion to this.
I'm all for freeing him. I do not care for the money, but if he's going to be unwilling to do something in exchange for his freedom, I will take no part in it. That money could be used to hire somebody that will.
Why was that your first option?
Because it was cheaper.
Did you even look?
That high. We are a mercenary company. I know how much it costs to hire people, and we're asking quite the dangerous request of people. So why not ask somebody that, well, can't say no?
You.
She does have a point.
Yeah.
It's not like we're going to be treating him like a dog.
No, you
I
spit in
don't
the
see
eye
the-
of his pride.
No, he can have his pride as a slave, or he can have his pride as a free man. I don't see the issue you're coming up here.
In this moment, Karakaa will, because obviously people are talking around him, and that probably would make him anxious. He's going to say, "I apologize for the lack of communication on our faults. We are trying to discuss something."
You seem a timid man, but you have a good heart. You know what is right. Release me. If you know what it is like to be oppressed, release me.
Is there any way that I could, perception check that? I'd really like to vibe check this dude so he won't rip my fucking face off.
That's an insight roll.
Insight roll? Okay. $18.
You sense that he will give no word not to harm you, because he is also no fool. You have not proven yourselves to not be deceptive slavers in his eyes. But you do not sense immediate hostility. You don't think he'll attack you.
Okay. Karakaa will, clap his hands together and stand up now, because he was kneeling to try and not cause any sort of plausible threat, even though this man is only 5'8", and say, okay, it seems as though that he's willing to work with us, I think.
He is?
Are you absolutely certain of that?
So he's going to come with us to Pride Lake.
And Karakaa will reinstate this and ask, so are you willing to come with us?
No.
And then Karakaa's all confused again.
Ask him what does he want to do? Does he want to go back to the slave market, or does he want to why? I understand he does not trust us. I do not trust him. Trust is not needed to do the job we are doing. If he wants it written down on a piece of paper or a contract or something, we can abide by that to give him all the rights and passages to his freedom and back to his people. But that does not come free. We have something we need to get done. We have something we need to get done. And with his help, he can do that and go home. He was not going home where he was.
Could immediately collect his gauntlets, handkerchief. I'm going to grab a Teotl. Perhaps he has some magic to help with this ridiculous talking over him.
Well then, while we're
Treating
going
him
in
like
circles
captain.
on that, would you please tell him? Well, no, if he's not going to behave himself, tell him that if he behaves himself, I will hand over his gear, not including his sword, of course, but so he can at least get dressed and not look like an animal.
Okay, so for little old Trey me, that's a lot of information, so I'm going to try and put this into little bite-down pieces for me. So first, we're saying we can get your freedom. That is something that is feasible, correct? We just have to go through with getting his paperwork done.
We will speak with Annabelle, the noble. If you want to speak with somebody with honor and a noble background, we will speak with her. We will allow him to speak with her on getting his passage home. But that is under the guise that he helps us.
Okay.
Also, he can get dressed if he behaves himself.
Karakaa will then say, if you wish to speak with somebody with honor, the noble we are working for, Annabelle Coyne, would, I'm sure, be okay with setting up the documents in place to free you from this servitude.
You will see the man frown.
This is all I can do. I really am sorry.
I do not understand your bureaucracy. It is reminiscent of my own homeland. Cut my binds. Set me free. You have the power to do that. Meanwhile,
What did he say?
While that question hangs over
What did he say?
Butler
gonna-
will come
I'm
and
gonna-
knocking on the door.
I'm gonna fucking
Oh, boy.
stab this guy. in the
Bang, bang,
balls.
bang.
It is unlocked.
Stomping. Eden seems to have found herself a new
Say boy toy. Say boy toy.
Say it.
Slave that she's decided to add to her retinue and is attempting to get Karakaa to convince him to work for us. Unfortunately, it seems he's a foreigner and we are unable to speak with him. Do you have some way of assisting in either freeing him or at least speaking with him?
He has tipped the chair over backwards and walked towards his equipment chest.
Oh shit.
He can do what he wants.
Did you just gear up?
He can do what he wants.
He is silently attaching his muckaweedles to his hip and donning his armor.
Has this Eden been known to do such things in the past?
No, this is the first.
Hey, you're not here.
Oh, I'm not even
You're not
here.
here.
Wow.
You're not here.
I keep
Get out of the walls.
I
Get out of the walls, Trey.
phases.
As he's adjusting his scale mail onto his chest and wrapping himself in his scrolls. Where are they?
In her room, of course.
What's that supposed to mean?
Please.
I don't wish to cause any trouble within someone else's place, so if violence must happen, at least let us take it outside.
He says nothing. You've just snitched on Mom to Dad.
Look, you guys work together. Right?
Fucking snitch.
Plus, he
I
knows
just
you're
don't
a
want to
magic.
get hit again.
Meanwhile, while
That's
you guys
snitch.
are having that conversation,
All right, go ahead. Let's let him
Um,
catch up. Not yet, Butler. Not yet.
Oh, not yet,
get
not
out,
yet.
get out of my room.
Okay, go ahead.
Since the big angry man that's being pissy about slavery walked out of the room, she'll cross her arms and her leg and look over at Karakaa and Talikar, and she's like, "Tell me what I'm missing here, because I don't see the problem. He gets his freedom from helping us and gets to go home, and I'm freeing a slave. Why is he so pissy about it? I could just keep him forever, and then he'd have nothing."
You're not wrong. It's probably he wants to skip the step of working for it and go home now.
Okay. And I would like to skip the step of being speared in the spine again by going unknowingly into something we aren't prepared for.
And Talikar will sort of let out a sigh and sort of switch to Calcatesian.
Oh, in front of Kraig. He can speak it! What are you switching to?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forget. Shit.
Would you like Karakaa to leave the room?
No.
Oh,
Personally.
no.
No.
Mr. Superman, no here.
I get it. You bought him as insurance for yourself, yeah?
Not for myself, for us. No. Talikar. I'm not going to lift up my shirt again to remind you of what happened when we went into something unprepared.
And
I'm
don't
not-
expect you to.
Yes, I could have bought a couple of old slaves if I wanted fodder to go die there. Okay. He seems able to protect himself and help us. And as a gift, he can have his freedom back. I will help personally ensure he goes home, but that does not come free.
I get that. He doesn't. Sort of tipping his head over towards the guy.
That's the thing. He doesn't have to. He simply has to listen.
Yeah. But that's the problem.
What's
He
the
doesn't
problem?
want to.
He doesn't have an option to. There are ways to make him listen. I'm just trying to avoid that. I believe the word thrown around 8 times or so was dignity and pride.
I get it, and I'm on your side on this. And I don't want to treat him like a fucking slave. Don't. If we could, it'd be best if we could convince him. If it was a perfect world, sure. Obviously, it's not. That would be for the best. But
Right.
I don't know.
All right, at this point, the others arrive.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Walk up.
Humans are so confusing.
Push
This is
open
why I
door.
speak to animals. You will say.
Oh, you're back.
Hopefully, we can finally settle this.
Taylor will kick the door open with
The door's
his.
The door was already open.
He will kick
No.
the door
He will kick
regardless
the door open even
Whoa,
more.
whoa.
with his
I
hand.
will fall back.
He assumes a wide stance with his hand
I-
gripping his Makaweedle.
I am unsurprised at this point.
And he will make eye contact with this guy here. And realizing that it is not an Unbounty, he will loosen his hand a bit, but still maintain his hand on his pommel.
I will run, or like quickly crawl to get in front of him, stand and ready. Like my book is just sort of floating and the pages are flipping along. I'm not trying to fight.
He's
But this
pushing,
is- he
he's
is-
pushing you out of his way and heading towards you.
Can I try, even though I'm like
Strength check.
110 pounds?
Let's go. Athletics. Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, no, straight up, I'm getting pushed into the wall. Like,
Whoa,
there's no-
whoa.
he's 300 pounds.
Mr. Whoa Whoa's not doing anything.
Hey.
Have you learned or heard nothing of what I've said?
I've heard what you said.
I thought after your conversation with the captured cat boy in our first venture to the market, and your capture yourself, you'd know that this is wrong.
Quite the opposite. I'd know that we need help to avoid what has happened. And I found us help.
You found a slave. This is a city of mercenaries. Could you not have hired someone?
Do we have the means to do something like that?
What did you say? I didn't catch.
I said, oh, sorry, I muted my dog stricken. I said, do we have the money to do something like that? Just somebody that has the degree to survive? You heard Annabelle. She
Have you
has no
asked?
mercenaries. I mean, you heard
You
Annabelle.
did not even inquire of me.
Yes, Teotl, advocator against slavery. Would you come help me find somebody, particularly not a slave, that will come fight for us? No, Teotl, I didn't ask you because I don't have to ask you.
I would think that you would have, after the horrors you've seen and you've endured. I would have hoped that this would have taught you sympathy for the entrapped.
I have. I have plans.
This is no sympathy. You're condemning this man
How so?
to horrors worse than you suffered.
And so what? Are you going to protect me from them?
I gladly would have.
You
No,
would
I'm not
have.
so sure if you're worthy of that.
I do not believe you.
I have before.
You have before. Yeah, it might have been the spear in my spine, but I don't think you have before, especially when I needed you the most.
This is not about us.
It is.
Could you imagine yourself as a slave? Could you imagine yourself happy?
I could imagine myself as many things, but I imagine myself as someone in need of help right now. And
This
if you
is-
are not going to provide it, I'm going to provide it for myself.
I would rather be lost in the wilderness than have the loss of my soul by enacting this sort of act.
Yes, well, I would rather be alive and have my heart in my chest.
Speaking of the heart in your chest, why was it so bad that the Metal Doctor changed your body? You still live. What is so sacred about it? What is wrong about what he did to you?
What is wrong about slavery?
I'm asking you to answer me.
I'm answering your question with a question. There's nothing wrong with what I've done. I've
I will
hired
tell
help and I
you-
plan to free him.
I will tell you what is wrong with it. You as a free person have the right to determine what happens to your body. That is what is wrong with what was done to you. And it is the same thing that is wrong for what you are doing to him. You are sending him into a lake. I doubt you will equip him with a proper breathing items to be able to survive it.
No, so you're assuming I'm going to treat him poorly.
Will you treat him? Will you equip him with
Have
money
you
such
asked
a
me?
concern?
Have you asked me? No, you've just assumed and you've pushed your beliefs and your morals upon me.
You have a collar on this man.
Teo, slow down for 2 seconds. Slow down for 2 seconds. Ask her, then. Don't assume. Ask first. Then. Eat it.
Has he consented to this arrangement?
No, we've been speaking with him about it. He wishes to go home. And I'm fine with that. After, hardly.
He appears to be sworn to some lord of Haikyuu to the west. A man named... their names are difficult. Oh,
Then he should
I-
not be denied the liberty to go where he wish and pursue his own goals.
Well, if you wanted that for him, you could have bought him and freed him, but you didn't. I did. I am allowing this to happen. He would
And
not
I
have had
didn't-
this, should I not? Would I have not have freed him, he would have still been in chains, sitting at the market.
And so you've condemned him to a worse fate. This is a death sentence.
If it's just a death
provide
sentence,
him-
are you going to die?
Will you provide him with a mask? Will you provide for his equipment should we need to fight?
I have his equipment. I actually already bought it.
And how will he breathe?
We can get him a mask.
I suggest you go talk to Annabelle and request an additional one then.
I suggest you don't tell me what to do because I already had plans to.
what is this conversation? A well-equipped slave is still a slave.
You still have not answered. What was so wrong about what was done to you at Dagon's Rest?
The fact that you need to ask me that, but you can just come in here and tell me what is so wrong about slavery, something that I have no problem with, tells me that this isn't a conversation. You simply are going to tell me I'm wrong regardless. So,
You're evasive in your answer.
because I don't have to answer it, Teotl.
Was this done in spite? Some previous
No,
action
it
that
was
you're
not done in spite. It was
fighting
done
against?
because you have no intention to help me when I need it. You will not die for me. Now, I'm not asking this man to die for me. I'm asking him to help be assurance that what happened to me and what happened to Dagda will not happen again, since you have proven that you do not care.
So it is wrong what has been done to you in your body. Is that not correct?
Yes. In my opinion, though. Anybody else can feel how they feel.
Because
That
you
will not
have
change
to,
anything.
because it is your right, your dignity to determine what happens to your body.
Yes, but at the
It
end
is
of the
your
day, it
right
does
and
not. It
your
does not matter.
liberty to choose how to use your body and for what purpose. You demand this for yourself, but not of this man.
We are not the same people, are we?
How are you so different?
Well, I'm free, and he is not.
Then he will be free as well. And Teo will go to bless the hands. The bindings on his hands.
Okay. As you slice through the, well, I guess saw with a Makoito bit. In either case, as you free the man's bindings, he will stretch out his hands and then he will look towards Teo and will nod. He will walk towards this table, shuffling on his chains, and grab at his sword.
I still got that control rod on me.
Butler will walk up to the plate of food, purposely eat each piece of the meal, and then look to hand it to him.
He does not look at that. He will grasp the sword, put it to his side. He will then take his hand and place it upon the hilt.
Getting ready to grab at my hand axe and dagger in case he attempts to start a fight.
Theo will stand between him and Eden.
With a singular
Protectively.
slash, a flash of movement, his manacles on his feet are destroyed.
Oh.
And it seems as if his blade has not left his sheath.
Can I Arcana check that?
Sure.
Shit.
Ooh.
21.
Got a single bit of magic.
I'll do a martial check on that one.
He will have an incredibly disgusting face because that is insane to him that someone is fast enough to draw a blade that quick.
I'll do a martial check myself too.
I do would martial check this. That was insane.
I'm pretty sure even Karakaa would be like, ugh.
Talikar, Butler has no idea what the fuck he just saw. Talikar, you have heard whispers of it. There are warriors in the land of Glaeus that are said to be so fast that they could unsheath their weapon, strike, and resheath it, all in a singular movement. So fluid and so fast that it is by a single eye's blink that the move is made.
Shit, this guy's the fucking real deal. How the hell did the...
You will
Who
see that
captured him?
You will see that he slowly starts to put on his armaments.
I have that.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
I was holding it to get him dressed.
in that case, he will look towards you and will just walk towards you.
Whoa. What it... Back up there, buddy.
Move out
He
the way,
will look.
Talikar.
He will look to Karakas and will say, "Tell them I want my clothing."
He would like his clothing.
I assume so. Move out the way.
Sure. Fine.
Give to him what is his.
Do not speak to me, Teotl. I will hand him his armor and also going to my bag. And you said it was what was the instrument that I was supposed to use to control him?
The instructions are in the parchments.
I will read through those to figure out what was put upon him to control him.
Okay. As you pull them out to read them. Oh boy.
I'm literally that. Let me clarify. Let me clarify. Karakaa, please tell him to give me a second. Actually, come over here and help me with this. There was something put upon his body to help me instill obedience, and if he's going to be free, he should probably want that removed.
Oh yes, I will tell him. He'll
kill your sanity.
He'll look to Mizo and say, "Sir Mizo, you have a affliction of some kind regarding obedience. We can take care of it."
Where is the rod?
He'll turn to Eden and say, "Do you know where the rod is?"
It was something I bought and was handed. She can go through her belongings on what the slaver gave her.
Since you've mentioned this out loud, can I Arcana check him to see if there's any effects on him presently?
You don't need to. You can see it obvious on his back. It's the same tattoos used on your people.
Is this, for the purposes of Dispel Aura, is this something that I can dispel?
Yeah.
I would just say give us around for sure.
Are you going to try to stop me from dispelling this sigil or glyph that's on him?
Or you ask him.
Who do you think?
Anybody. Because I'm about to do it.
Well,
I will tell him then. He will say to Mislo, please, just... my friend is going to be putting his hand on your back for, to get rid of it. He's a magic caster.
I would like to see the control rod.
Turns to Eden again and say, yeah,
she showed him what she was given.
As you present the control rod, there is another flash of movement. It is now in 2 pieces.
Hey, yo.
There is the sound of as his sword is resheathed.
That was a fantastic sound effect, by the way.
And then he will look towards Teo, and then we'll look back to Karakaa. You may inform your friend that if he can remove the mark upon my flesh, I would be most grateful.
He'll reply to Teo, saying that he'd appreciate it.
Teo, after standing back from this lightning fast strike, will place a hand on his chest. His own chest. And then reach his other hand forward. And begin creating a sigil over Mizo's sternum. Enacting his Dispel Aura to try to remove these markings upon him.
The power of the Cypher Mage flows through with its specialized and focused mana. The tattoo begins to lose shape and then dispels completely. You will see Mizo begin to take a small sigh of relief. He will then look towards Karakaa. Please inform your friend that he has my gratitude.
He'll say to Teo and Advanti, he appreciated your act of kindness.
Please, if you could convince him to eat. He is malnourished, and if he wishes to travel, he will not get far as he is.
Would you like something to eat before going? This would... Surely the journey will not be forgiving.
Persuasion check.
Seems good, though.
Is there any way we can...
Hey, not
now
20.
that he's free.
Nice.
That's the second one.
Your roles.
Where?
Are these
Oh,
private?
I don't see it.
Yeah, I think these are private, man.
Ooh,
Oh,
he did
they're
a private roll.
Reveal it. Just right click it.
There you
Reveal
go.
it.
Okay.
There you go.
There you go. Nice job.
Mizo
Well,
will
now...
Mizo will consider your words. Very well. I shall eat with you. Recover my strength. I will need it for the journey.
Well, now that he's apparently free, is there any way we can try to help
Leave
us?
it, Talikar.
He says he's okay with eating with us. He'd be fine with that, Butler.
Good.
At that mention, Teo will approach Talikar.
He'll look up at him. Yeah?
I understand that you have absorbed your values from your distant culture, which show that this is a common practice. He will side glance at Eden. If you had any notion that this was wrong, it is no excuse for you to shirk your duty to do something about it.
He'll sort of cross his arms at that, lean back.
Mizo will sit here. Will place his weapon leaning against the table. Will clap his hands together and do a small bow. Ikatakimasu. And we'll start to eat.
Karakaa, ask him if he would like a cup of tea. I will go boil some water.
Of course it's wrong, but she legally bought him,
Oh,
and I owe Eden.
For chat's
fuck up.
purposes, this is what he looks like.
Yeah, dude's the fucking goat. It's like he's got like a whole ass Nodachi. Like dude's got a huge blade.
Fucking cool as shit, dude.
Hell yeah.
We took her boy toy from her.
Oh lord.
Slams on the desk.
It was supposed to be mine. It was supposed to be mine. Ah!
I think now would be the time when Karakaa would just like ask, would you like some tea or something at least to drink?
He will look up, his eyes slightly shining with a little bit of hope. Tea. Ah, you're most likely referring to what they use tea here. Very well.
I apologize for it not being to what you like, but this may be all we have.
It will most likely be far better than what I was served when I was enslaved.
He'll let out like a little smirk and chuckle, and yeah, I bet.
Tail will see Karakaa laughing and call him over.
I'll get up and leave my room.
Immediate cold sweat.
Eden, this is still my room.
Well,
I leave.
right?
Have fun.
I was.
And you,
Talikar would.
what did you do, Karakaa? Did you stand by again and just watch this happen?
He
For
is gonna
all
look.
that you've done nothing once again.
Talikar
I
would
tried to
narrow
flee.
his eyes.
This is cowardice. Both of you. Someone has to stand first. If you can tell yourself that it doesn't need to be you and engage in this wrongness, everyone else can as well.
Talikar would narrow his eyes. Hold on, Teo. I protected you from the other slavers. For one thing, I owe Eden for the fuck up that I caused, for leaving her behind, and Dagda as well. I plan to properly apologize to both of them. Could you imagine having your own heart ripped out? Could you imagine having your eyes ripped out?
That is no excuse to pay that terror for to an innocent
Yeah.
person. I tried
I
to
owe
cure
them. I owe them.
Then you and I should work together to find a way to cure them. Maybe at Pride Lake. Maybe they will have answers at the academy there. I still commit myself to rectifying that wrong, what was done to them.
Like I said, I'm going to go and try to properly apologize to them. Like I said. Of course, I recognize this is wrong, but there's only so much we can do. And he leaves.
Karakaa's gonna be saying nothing.
Oh, hello.
I hope everybody's
Hello.
enjoying my room.
Everybody's enjoying my room.
You'll enter back.
Motherfuckers.
Tail will take. He will reach underneath his skirt and pull out a leather pouch, and he will count out 100 gold, the last of his gold remaining, and he will place it. He will place it on the table in front of Miso and say, "My apologies."
With that happening, he'll
Mizo will respond, "No need to apologize. Done nothing wrong." In Corvin.
Motherfucker.
No.
You faking bitch.
Motherfucker!
You faking bitch.
and with that, I was gonna say before he even was gonna speak, I was gonna just put down some gold as well. I was gonna put 75.
Keep your gold. I have no need of it. Once I am done restoring my strength, I will make haste towards Haikyo. I will have no need of it on the road.
I insist. It is a long journey to the west, I imagine.
It's the least I
Please.
can do.
My
Talikar
kinsmen
will-
My kinsmen have many ships in the south, and the ports here. The docks, I believe is the word. I will simply carve passage upon them. They are honor-bound to assist me. The message I carry for Lord Tai is far too great.
Well, in the meantime, Neil put down the Glayan tea set he bought some time ago.
He will look honestly excited.
Thankfully,
And
the
then he
leaves
will,
are
then he will
fever.
quickly conceal his excitement.
Thankfully.
An excellent set.
My sister bought it for me some years ago. Very nice.
Talikar will walk up, sighing. Eden.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Oh. Oh.
All right, go ahead. Actually,
Hey.
before any of that, meanwhile, in the room all by himself,
Yeah. What is Dagda
Mig,
doing?
what have you been doing? What's Dagda up to?
The whole time, I mean, just like before in the market, just on his journal, because he's really behind from it from those weeks of on the road and stuff. So he's just catching up on it since he was bedridden and all of that stuff.
Are you just napping in that chair?
No, he's just been writing the whole time.
Fucking nerd. All right,
What?
go ahead, Talikar. You walk up behind Eden before she opens the common room door.
He walks up, still a little heated, sighing at it. Hey, Eden. Sorry I wasn't much help again. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I want to properly apologize to both you and Dagda for what happened before. I fucked up.
She'll
I'm sorry.
She'll hold her hand up. Talikar, if you think words mean anything to me on anything that's happened, it is honestly appalling that,
No.
that you would think I would want your apology. Actions. I want something that proves, as she steps closer to you, that what happened isn't going to happen again. I don't care about your words. I care about what we're going to do. And if we're going to go back there, I want to know that we're going to go back there and not have it repeat. So you can keep your words to yourself. You can think in that head of yours and do something to keep us alive.
You'll nod at that.
Don't ever come to me with an apology again. Work to avoid having to.
That was the
Turn
intention.
around. And kick, then she's not kicking the door open. Open the door and shut it.
Open the door.
Standing in doorway.
Get on
Can I
the
help
floor.
you?
Everybody walk the
Looking around.
dinosaur. Go ahead.
I'm going to speak with Dagda in private.
Yeah,
You
I
can
need
go
to
talk with-
speak with him as well.
Well, you can speak with him afterwards.
Uh-huh.
Puts finger on your forehead, pushes you out the door, shuts door.
You'll roll his eyes.
Takes chair. Flips fucking chair.
Oh. What happened?
What happened? Let me tell you what happened. There's a party going on in my room, and it seems I'm not invited, first of all. I went out and bought his help, as you know, you were there. I was going to free him. And she's like pacing around the room as she's saying this. I was going to free him. I don't see what the problem is. Back at home, I could have bought him and kept him for the rest of his life. I could have treated him any way I wanted to treat him. But no, I wasn't going to do that. I was even going to pay him out of my pocket. But for some reason, Butler and Teotl, and I think Karakaa, but he doesn't really talk much, but that's beyond the point, decided that they knew best. And that they were going to protect us. Protect us. Did you hear what I said just now? That he was going to protect us after what happened to us, after they ran away and left us. He's going to protect us. The audacity of it all, honestly. But the best part was he took my slave and freed him, which I was already going to do that. But now I'm down money. And oh yes, and I'm totally up a protector because Teotl is going to protect us. He's going to keep what happened to us from happening again. That's what came out of his mouth. But do you believe him? Because I don't believe him. I don't think you believe him either. And at this point, she's just ranting about what happened. That going back and forth.
Dagda, there sure is a lot of noise in your peaceful writing session.
You're just you just first. He's just wow.
This chair is over here.
He just stops writing. I guess he's like, well, I guess I'm done for today.
I'm sorry. That was so good. Oh, I guess I'm done for today. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The best part is he's broke. And he's got no money, so I'm down 600 gold. How am I going to find another slave that's not going to go cough and die of the plague or something that's able to fight? What are we supposed to do? Trust each other again? You saw what happened the last time we did that. Trust goes as far as somebody's willing to work with you, and it's clearly only towards... my mind is a mess right now. Could you believe this? She slams her hand on the table. Squints. Squints deeper.
Well, I don't really blame them for not like the idea of getting a slave, but
yes, but it's legal here. And now I have to go through talking with the big angry one that only thinks his words matter about getting my gold back.
Yes. That is gold that we have lost, but... is he free now?
Of course he is. Probably having tea and biscuits in my room with everybody else in my room. You know what the most annoying part is, Dagda? She cuts you off as she sits in this chair. Sits in this chair. Is that I understand that in our line of work, this is to be expected. It's the false promises that is irking me the most. If I knew that we would leave each other to die in this next coming battle, then I'd be fine with it. But Teotl is under the impression that he's going to protect us and we're going to protect each other. So is that how we're going to work from now on out? And how are we supposed to trust each other with that, having not done it before? You're not very good at this whole talking thing, are you?
Sorry, system. So, Teotl says he wants to protect us. Well,
presumably. Or previously. Maybe not now.
Well, a better question for them is if he'd rather protect either us or his people, then I guess that's what happened last time. Took priority over everyone else than ours, but
see, that's the issue. If
yes.
you were supposed to leave everybody to die for the mission, that means everybody. If he left us for his people, that is a different thing. But there's no point in joining on about it. And she'll stand up. Well then, I'm going to go figure out how to make 600 gold back. And I think Talikar wanted to talk with you.
Oh.
So, seeing as you weren't doing anything in here,
good.
Your
There are
writing.
people to talk to you.
Yeah. Opens the door, leaves door open, stares at Talikar, ignores Talikar, forgets her room's occupied.
Hey there, Dagda.
Yeah. Hey, Talikar.
You mind stepping into my room for a second?
I had a room.
Sure.
Just...
Okay. Meanwhile, back over here
In Eden's room.
in Eden's room.
Eden's room.
It's true.
Thankfully,
Alright.
the tea leaves here in Saphira are a bit more higher quality. They seem to import them.
As Butler goes about pouring the man the tea, Mizo, out of politeness, will not give in to the intrusive thought of correcting everything that he's doing that's wrong, and will instead accept the tea and will give a gracious nod of his head, and then will taste it. The man will focus on not revealing just how gross this shit really is, and will give an entirely polite nod. Thank you.
Here, I'm gonna insight check that.
Okay.
Your food is ass.
Darn.
You did it, Butler. Another resounding success.
Yippee.
Very good, sir.
Very good.
After Mizo will take a drink, he will then speak in flawless Corvin, by the way. I thank you for your hospitality. And though my freeing of my enslavement was messy, I understand that it puts you at great financial burdens. I will entreat to Lord Tai to see that you are compensated. But I really must be going. I've lingered long enough.
I wish to ask, how came you to become entrapped in this way?
I'm afraid that is classified. Suffice to say that Lord Tai sent me on a very important mission to study our enemies. I was captured by them, but not before I learned something most interesting.
Our enemies. Your enemies.
The enemies
Pardon.
of Lord Tai.
It's understandable. Such diplomatic means can be a
Okay,
bit difficult
at this
to parse.
point I need any local to make me a history check, if they haven't trained.
Oh, if trained? Okay.
What was the?
Well, I guess it could be untrained because it is recent.
I only know the area surrounding the Three Kings and Saphira.
Well, Butler's well-traveled, and his lord is a merchant. Butler, it dawns on you, it dawns on you that the man that he is describing, Lord Haikyo Tai, must be the Lord of Haikyo. And from what you have heard, Haikyo has been destroyed.
He'll kind of sit there for a moment hearing it, and then he'll kind of like shoot up straight, still sitting. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry, what is your name, sir?
I am Mizo.
I am Ivan. I have... How long have you been captured?
I believe a year or so.
He'll nod. Has it been like months since I've heard this report?
And this has been pretty recent. It took some time for that information to travel to Saphira. But months ago, basically last season, Haikyo was destroyed.
I have heard terrible news of Haikyo. From my understanding, the city is no more. And details are vague, but its destruction is rather a large word upon the traders' mouths.
Mizo will look at you with a deadly stare. What?
You will...
Repeat yourself.
Pardon me, it's passing word between traders, but from what I've understood, the city has been destroyed. As I said, I don't have details. It's just passing
Mizo
word.
will stand, knocking over his chair, and will brush past the two of you and out the door.
Hey, sir, are you...
He does not stop.
he'll chase him out the door just to see where he goes.
Stop.
Laying in my new room.
Good. Sir, I understand you might be in a rush, but please don't.
He's bye.
All right, he'll follow.
Hugging my hot samurai papers.
He was supposed to be bye.
Teotl
Are you laying on the bear rug? It's supposed to be bye.
Tay will collect his 100 gold because he sure as shit isn't leaving it there for Eden.
Are you sure shit? Owe me 600 gold, bitch.
Yeah, he'll follow him out the door and just yell, like, "Please allow me to get you to a proper contact so that you may be properly informed. I don't wish you to walk blindly."
So, as you follow him, you will see that he heads exactly where he said he was going next, the docks of Saphira. He travels for about an hour, walking forward with direct precision, knowing exactly where to go. It is actually kind of difficult to keep up with him. It seems that his each step that he takes is of a desperate and intense purpose.
Trey,
Please, whoever's mic is that, please. Okay. As he comes to the docks, you can see that he heads straight towards what appears to be a Galean vessel. As you've kept pace with him, you will overhear the following... you'll overhear a conversation in Glaeus. Is Karakaa with you?
Did anyone else follow?
I did follow.
Okay.
Tay was trying to keep up with.
Okay. Well, eventually the three of you are there, and he beats you there, and he immediately begins to press this Galean, holding him up, speaking kind of loudly. And then you see confusion on the dockworker's face, and then he begins to nod. And as he begins to nod, you will see the samurai take a step back and fall to his knees. You will see the dockworker begin to bow in apologies to him, and frightened, runs off to join his fellows on the ship. It is there in the middle of the docks that you see Mizo, crestfallen, his hands in front of him pointed upwards towards the sky. Tears begin to flow down his cheeks. The despair around him palpable. The once proud and noble samurai brought low by the weight of his failure.
Ivan will approach, but give him a respectful distance. Apologies. I should have been more graceful, or perhaps a better understanding. I did not mean to break this to you so bluntly.
It's better to hear coming of winter with a baleful wind than the silent snow. My lord is dead. I have failed him. I thank you, stranger. You have shown me the kindness of truth. But without it, I would. He kind of trails off. The wind from the ocean begins to blow through his hair as he looks over to the horizon. My lord died here, far away from the whispering willows, far away from the rolling fields, far from the rice, rams, and the winds. He died so far from home,
I, too, know loss intimately. I see it every day, in the eyes of my people which I hold dear. You knew honor, and you seem to have honored this man, served him, as I served my people. Can understand your sorrow. But is there not some further way that you can honor them? By finding who did this to your people? Who were his enemies? Who were his allies? Where were they?
Perhaps survivors, people who were able to escape the town. They would need a new protector.
Akio is
Sure.
gone.
But surely the people remain somewhere.
They are dead as well.
Well, you can't say that. You're not dead.
What man does not a people make?
That, where you are wrong. I died the moment I failed. He will then look out over the horizon. It is time.
Time?
He will stand, and he will walk towards the edge of the dock.
How far away is he from me right now?
30 feet or so.
I will try and run to stop him.
Describe.
In a almost sort of out of body experience, he is brought back to a small time when he had saw his mother upon a hill, and then her quickly falling. And he will try and grab onto the back of the clothing or garbs that he has on and say, "This isn't what they would want."
Oh, timid stranger, your eyes still flash with a life untested. You know not of my people, nor what they would have. If you did, you would know the error of your words. It is not only what they would want, but what is expected. But still, your heart, there is goodness in it. He will place his hand reassuringly on your shoulder. I am reminded of the words of my father. At a certain age, every goodbye starts to be practice for the last. I go to join my lord now.
Do you believe that this is what he would want of you?
Yes,
I cannot begin to understand your custom. That the service to another man would cause one of his own people to wish to end their own precious life. So you served him and not the other people of Haikyo? Do you not even desire to see them, to know where they are? To maybe regain lost honor? Is that
you are
that
correct.
what this is about?
You do not understand. He will turn away from the two of you and will walk to the edge of the dock. Slowly, he shall get upon his knees into a seated fashion. He will open his kimono. His armored plates will be placed onto the side. He will reveal his bare chest. He will look over his shoulder and he will say, "If you wish to speak of honor, there is one favor I would ask."
Butler will nod.
Would one of you act as my second?
He will walk forward. I understand. He will pull out his sword.
He will shake his head. Such a blade is unworthy to claim my neck.
He'll nod again. Sheath it.
Please, somebody's mic. Come on.
I freed you. Not only because it was wrong, but because all men should have the right to determine and operate their own will. I do not agree with this. I think you are abandoning your people that may still be out there, and enacting vengeance upon the enemies of your people, I believe would probably...
Perhaps
maybe.
that is your way, but it is not ours. My failure can only be paid for in death, for its failure caused death. This is what honor demands.
He looked at Teotl. It is a difficult thing to explain, but I understand. I too am.
What is your name? Ivan,
I am
you said?
Ivan Hailborn.
Very well. I would ask that you will yield Yakusoku in my stead. He will gesture towards his Nodachi.
He'll reach for it, allow it to place it in his hand.
He will then take his Tanto and place it in front of him. Then he will place his hands upon his knees and will feel the wind of the ocean take and caress his body and hair, breathing deep his final moments of life.
Teotl will step forward. I do not understand what you wish for me to do here, but it seems you're calling upon me to enact this tradition. I freed you so that you may live, but instead you choose death, and I understand that this is your way.
He will look over his shoulder and he will say, "A man chooses, a slave obeys. This is my choice, my duty, my honor. My failure can only be repaid with death."
Teotl will take his Makaweedle from his side.
It's fine. I am here. This is the blade that he wishes to honor his death.
I see. You...
It is a complicated thing. I do not believe I understand his people, but to promise yourself to a cause, to a person, to fail that cause when one makes such a true hard oath. This can be, at times, the only way to pay it forward.
It seems you are much more fitted to this act than I, then. And he will step back.
One day I may be in a similar situation. That you might do me a similar favor. Honor would be the word. But I know you would not see it that way. He will turn back, ready for him, for Mizo.
I think Karakaa will bow, and then just try and utter out words, but just can't.
I will pray for you. In our ways.
You will see that Mizo seems to be taking a moment, thinking quietly to himself. And then he will say, "Can you write?" He will speak over his shoulder.
We both can. He will produce his scribe's kit and gesture for Karakaa as well to attend him.
He'll oblige.
I would ask that you record these words. My father spoke his, and now I shall speak mine. Then he will begin to speak. Storm clouds crack the sky. Mountains tremble. Rivers roar. Silence after rage.
Hale will take his quill and begin writing these words, the translation in Anvanti. I will remember these words and share them among my people, so that you may be remembered, and so that I may remember you and your honor.
Karakaa will be doing the same, writing it in Corvin.
I thank you. Man will reach out towards his Tonto. He will hold it ceremonially in front of him and place his right hand, across its handle and slowly. He will then place the sheath ceremoniously on the ground next to him and raise up his Tonto, facing it towards his stomach. You will see that the man shakes slightly and stops. He takes in a deep breath. And then, with one swift motion, the Tanto plunges towards his stomach. And the blade shatters. Fragments of steel flicker like shining silver across the wooden boards of the dock. He looks down in shock and confusion, his Tanto broken, as there, upon the docks, something stands on the ocean. He will look up and see a ghostly figure. The rest of you see him as well.
Hey, what is happening? Are you okay, Mizo?
Is this your ceremony?
No,
He
this
will
is...
not answer and stare forward at the ghost standing upon the ocean. The ghost will shake his head and will speak words that Mizo alone hears. Before, like petals in the wind, the apparition dissipates. Mizo will begin to shake. And then he will say, "As you wish, my lord." He will grasp his Nodachi and slowly begin to stand. It would seem that death will wait another day for me. He will turn and look towards you, those of you that are present, and he will say, "My master tells me that you are to head north to a place called Pride Lake."
That is correct.
Yes, it is.
"Very well. We shall go there together." He will place his Nodachi on his back and will tie it in place.
Butler will kind of be staring out into the ocean where the ghost was. Your master? It is
"My lord."
It is like the stories of our ancestors. That they once spoke to us. Even past death.
My lord has returned to me as a yokai. This can only be that something greater and more dire is at stake. Something that he has called upon me to accomplish.
It seems your work is not yet done. The Laughing Red will not drink today.
I have preparations to make. When do you leave?
3 days' time. He looks around.
We are... He'll start collecting himself. We are heading into a plague land. Sickness will be everywhere. If you were to prepare, keep that in mind.
When do you leave?
3 days' times. After today.
Through which gate?
He looked to Van.
You
Or
mean
Teotl.
Teo?
Yeah, Teo.
I am not a navigator, but the Pride Lake is north on the roads from Saphira. We will leave on the 4th day. We will venture up the road until there we have met the end, and then travel on foot towards the lake where there is a boat awaiting us.
So
the air is hazardous.
I know. You have told me that already. I will see you on the morning of the 4th day at the northern gate.
You'll nod.
He walks
Teotl.
past you.
Teotl will wrap the parchment that he wrote his death poem on. This belongs to you.
He'll stop and look over his shoulder. Keep it. Those words are not mine yet.
I should hope to never have to read them.
We shall see. And he disappears into the crowd. And that is where I'll call the session right there.
Damn.
Woo!
It's
Damn.
so fucking cool. You wouldn't have got to witness that if I didn't buy his ass.
Yes. Now
Slavery's okay.
Now
as
I have
long-
to prep so much more shit.
Yeah!
Oh boy.
Wow.
Man. I'm
Nope.
like, you guys have no idea about any of this, but or you could Lord Tide being able to appear before Mizo to prevent his death is only possible because Baldrim restored his honor. Yeah, it's this whole like thing. Like, it's pretty sick.
Mhm.
Who, Omega Law?
Cool.
Yeah.
Who's this weird man you speak of?
But
Baldrum.
this is more so for the viewers.
No, yeah.
Mhm.
There's so many like story ties here. It's very...
No, it's great.
Yeah, thanks for the weeb,
That was
Baldrum.
great.
Okay.
You got Trey fucking bowing insane Gomenisai in the corner.
you gave me a concussion.
That was a pretty cool scene. I like that.
No, it was great.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
that's sick. Hey, we
Yeah,
still,
now the back of my head's gonna hurt.
and now we're friends. Good luck with that interaction, Eden. That's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, you fucked up.
Man.
No boy toy for you.
He's for us now.
He's powerful.
Lyosphel.
Now,
you just-
I will kiss him.
Yes.
Sit in the
No,
chair.
he was supposed to be my boy toy. Now I'm paid for him.
Technically speaking, I still have his papers.
Yeah, you removed the slave seal. Sorry.
It doesn't. I don't fucking care.
I
Just got his name on it.
legally own you.
I legally own him. They can put a new one on him. You think I give a fuck? Hey, some random fucking child ran up and removed
do
his seal.
sense.
Can you?
All fun and games till I have an unseen servant steal the papers while you sleep.
All fun and games until I stab you in your fucking throat while you
I
sleep.
cast command. I do to stance.
I fucking love it.
Look, you know what? You can legally go sit in the cuck chair. How
Alright,
about
so
that?
now I have to fucking actually make all his stats and shit now.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody put Manticore poison in someone's lord's tea.
Oh, man. Oh, sorry, I'm just tired as fuck. Ugh. Oh, good game. Good session.
Game indeed.
Good.
session.
What a
This is
suck. I feel bad because you barely did anything. I'm sorry, buddy.
He
It's
didn't
like-
have anything to do with him.
He's just like, I'm writing. Comes in, complains loudly. Guess I'm done writing.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do this later. That was so fucking funny, dude.
Y'all really snitched. That's great.
That is
I mean,
great.
I like how I was the
knew
one
you were
that
a
got
magic
hurt.
man. I figured
Didn't
maybe
even
you
let
could
me
cast
fucking
bones
topple
or
him, bro.
something.
You
I'm
fucking
about
snitch
to
ass
go.
bitch.
Mendosai.
Yo, man, that's I.
So about that bird.
Next.
Yeah, that's next. I want our boy Mizo riding that bitch right now.
Excuse me?
Pardon me?
What?
Oh lord. Well,
What is
you
it?
own him, so it's your property, no?
Oh, now we're talking about property. Okay. Now the argument for positive stuff is about property, huh? Now it's decent for you because it's for your argument, is it?
Yes.
I'm just saying that's what you would have considered him.
How are those pigs doing, Trey?
It seems no one's
Dude,
fucking asked how I
dude,
considered
dude.
him, you fucking animals.
And he's like, I'm gonna buy
I
some
love
dogs and
rage.
sacrifice them. And I'm like, alright. And then I start, brother,
Brother. No!
No.
the tall skinny one has freed us from a life of enslavement, brother.
I saved the pigs. I saved the slave. And all I got for it was fucking bullshit and yelling. At least Mig listened to me and didn't, he wasn't doing anything in that room by himself.
He couldn't have done
As
anything.
far as you know.
Yeah.
He could have been writing his plot to take you out. Who
He
knows?
could have been having a goon sesh. You don't know what he's up to in there.
Real. You could have ruined it.
Yeah, he's coming in with
That
it. Just
streak
yapping.
over.
He's coming in, yapping and complaining.
No.
Anyway, thank you guys for watching Gallows and Gold. Thanks for playing players. Big old hugs, big old kisses. Oh, sorry. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
Any fan art?
Is there?
No.
I didn't see any.
Nah, we're not today.
No.
Nobody make no fan art for you guys. That's
I guess you could show off my new art.
Yeah, your new art.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, they are. Here, I'll show it off in the game. Let's look at it, shall we? Ooh!
Wow.
Look at that action.
That's what Teotl was looking down at when he was being useless and not trying to stop him from chopping Negan's head off.
We really aren't very nice to each other.
You were crawling around
Where
and
are my-
trying to hug
where
people.
are my
Today.
nephews?
Are we supposed
All
to
I'm
respect
saying
you?
is if you were to be pushed into a solid wall by a 300-pound man at 115 pounds at 5'8",
Yeah, but
something's gonna break.
This
Yeah,
is
I'm
your
not-
fantasy, Trey, and you kind of self-snitching right now.
Chat can't see this, but the session notes are minus 600 gold, minus 1 slave.
Wow.
675 gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, and so everybody gets to use my room, free my slave, get the sword that I paid for. Fucking what the
It's his
fuck? I bought that sword, all right. That's my sword.
Our sword. Our sword.
Our sword.
This is bullshit. I didn't get in my room. I didn't get shit laying on the fucking bare rug.
At least we got
Bullshit.
pigs. We do have pigs.
He should have been died.
Go sit in the chair.
Man.
At least you can go talk to the pigs. I mean,
I'm gonna go talk to my pigs.
I'm gonna go buy
And
some
with that-
sacrifice.
and that's a
to the fucking
goodbye for
harbor.
me. Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.